Dallas Rattlers host the Portland Snowhawks, and we begin with Eric Pegram getting the ball up the middle. Troy Aikman is visiting the Dallas area where he played so many great seasons, some of them with Alvin Harper as he gets it inside the 5-yard line. A few plays later, Troy Aikman gives it over the middle to Ernest Givens. All the Givens he could get, his favorite receiver. Bernie Kosar throws it deep down the left side to Curtis Duncan, who he's going to dunk it in the end zone as he ties the game up with the touchdown. Troy Aikman gets the ball in the shotgun. He gives it to Alvin Harper, who his favorite receiver has been Ernest Givens, but Alvin Harper had a huge game here as Troy Aikman play action rollout bootlegs, gives it to Alvin Harper in the corner of the end zone as he scores. It's a 7-point ball game. Curtis Duncan getting more from Bernie Kosar. And then Bernie Kosar play action rollout bootlegs, throws it to his fullback John Vaughn in the flats in the end zone. The game is tied. Troy Aikman rolls out of the pocket. He runs for a first down, showing off the wheels. He would show off the wheels a lot in this game, but Eddie Murray adds the field goal after the drive stalls. It's a 3-point ball game. Troy Aikman, no pressure in his face, throws the ball down the left side to Howard Cross, and Howard crosses the 10-yard line into the red zone, and Mark Logan vultures off of that with the touchdown. More for Alvin Harper, catching the ball down the right side, getting into the middle of the field, and then Troy Aikman with play action roll out bootleg. The statue known as Troy Aikman runs it into the end zone, makes it past the goal line. Here's a punt. When we usually do punts, it's either for a gaff or a big play, and here it's going to be a gaff as Wimsley recovers it, and he gets tackled. It's a fumble, and this is a whimsical touchdown for the Dallas Rattlers. Troy Aikman needs to get more points on the board as the Rattlers are starting to rally as Eric Pegram, he catches the wheel route. He's in the middle of the field, gets it into the red zone, and then Troy Aikman, he does what he's already done in this game. He's being chased from behind, and he says, "Get off me," for the touchdown. I'm going to do this myself. Bernie Kosar has to give Dallas something to feel glad about as John Vaughn catches the ball on the streak route, but he gets tackled, and it's a fumble recovered by Dave Waymer. And then Troy Aikman runs out of the pocket. He says, "Get off me," throws it across his body, which you should never do, to Eric Pegram. And then Eric Pegram gets the touchdown. Another drive for the Snowhawks as they keep getting the ball back as Alvin Harper gets his second touchdown of the game. Celebrate there, Troy Aikman. Dallas has got to make things more interesting, more close, more respectable as Curtis Duncan catches a deep pass, and he's going to dunk it again in the end zone. That's his second touchdown. Dallas needs an onside kick. They do not recover, and the Snowhawks win 58-28. Snowhawks are 3-3. Rattlers are 2-4. Because of the faith that Mike Holmgren has in Drew Bledsoe, he's keeping him in the game as Ernest Byner comes back for Boston. They've got a game against Washington, and the first thing that happens with that, Drew Bledsoe throws an interception to Wayne Haddix, and then Randall Hill catches the touchdown from his quarterback, Dave Craig. Curtis Conway catches the ball over the middle from Drew Bledsoe, so he makes good on that situation, but the extra point is no good by Mike Kofor. Next drive for Dave Craig, he throws it deep to Ernest Byner, who just came off of injury, and he's got the touchdown, 14-6. Drew Bledsoe, play action fake, he throws it to Derek Fenner, which is the check down over the middle to around the 40-yard line, and the field goal this time is made by Mike Kofor. It's a 5-point ball game. Dave Craig's got to get more points on the board at around the 50-yard line as Steve Jordan catches the ball at the 21-yard line. And then Johnny Bailey goes whoop around defenders, making it into the end zone for the touchdown. 21-9. Bledsoe needs more points as well as he's going to throw it to Mark Duper, but it's intercepted by Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer. And then Johnny Bailey, he twists and winds around defenders, bobs and weaves. 28-9, just like that. Drew Bledsoe, right before halftime, throws it to Mark Duper, and Mark Duper gets it to around the 20-yard line, and then Drew Bledsoe backs up, No pressure in his face as he throws it to his tight end, Brent Jones, for the touchdown. The lead is now 13 for the Eagles as Drew Bledsoe throws it to Mark Duper, and Mark Duper gets it to the 20, to the 15. He could go all the way, and he does for the touchdown, 28-23. Drew Bledsoe and the Washington Generals get the ball back in Eagles territory, and Derek Fenner goes past defenders, and the Washington Generals take the lead 30-28, and in the game, they would not lose it as Mark Duper has a monster game diving for the catch. This would lead to a Mike Kofor made field goal, 5-point game, 4th down for the Eagles, and Dave Craig hands it off to Johnny Bailey, and they don't get it. The onslaught continues. Mel Gray with the direct snap. He bobs and weaves around defenders, making it into the end zone. Like Admiral Akbar would say, it's a trap! As the Eagles lose 43-28. Denver Buffaloes are going to Phoenix to play the Scorpions. Chris Callaway and Ron Wolfley come back for both teams. We start off with Bobby Hebert hanging back in the pocket, throwing it deep down the left side to Willie Davis. Jumping catch as he makes it inside the red zone, but Fuad Ravis would add the field goal after the drive stalls. Next drive for the Scorpions. I got you, Mark Jackson, as he makes it into Denver territory, and Marion Butts would go up the middle, but he would get tackled. It's a fumble recovered by Lawrence Taylor, and Denver would take over. That would mean Bobby Hebert would run out of the pocket, throwing it down the right side to his receiver, Eric Martin, and then Keith McKellar would be the intended receiver. The ball would be intercepted by Martin May. More catches by Mark Jackson with the throw by I got you. Morton Anderson adds the field goal. The game is tied. Hebert down the left side again to Willie Davis as he gets it to around the 30, and this would lead to another Fuad Ravis field goal. It's 6-3, close ball game. 3rd and 10 for Steve Bono. I got you, Hall of Famer Tim Brown. Jumping catch down the left side, and he could go all the way for the touchdown. Tim Brown helps the Scorpions take the lead. Steve Bono again. I got you, Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson makes it inside the 20-yard line, and Marion Butts vultures off of him for the touchdown. Another chance. More points for the Scorpions and yards attempted to Tim Brown by I got you again, Tim Brown, for the touchdown, 23-6. Denver Buffaloes need to get more points on the board. Bobby Hebert throws it over the middle to Keith McKellar. This is a catch this time. And then again to Eric Martin, waiting in the end zone for the touchdown. The Denver Buffaloes are making this more respectable, but they gotta keep up with I got you, Tim Brown. And then Steve Bono hands it off to Marion Butts as he gets his second touchdown of the game. The Denver Buffaloes do make it a little more interesting in the fourth quarter as Hebert gives it to McKellar over the middle. And then McKellar again to the left side. He's becoming a favorite target by Bobby Hebert. And then in the red zone, Bobby Hebert would deliver it to Eric Martin for his second touchdown. Onside kick. Scorpions recover, and Scorpions win 31-20. They've won their first game in a few weeks. So the Atlanta Fire are sticking with Steve Berline in their game against the New Orleans Tigers. Berline starts out, play action rollout, bootleg, throws it deep to Vance Johnson, but he's intercepted by Ricky Reynolds, and Ricky Reynolds makes it closer to midfield. Emmitt Smith is a Hall of Famer. He bobs and weaves around defenders, making it close to the 50. Frank Reich steps up into the pocket. He's the comeback kid, but he wasn't really a comeback kid in this game because the Tigers never really trailed. As Tommy Vardell catches the pass to the right, gets to the 1-yard line, and Emmitt Smith vultures off the touchdown. Next drive for the Tigers, Frank Reich throws it over the middle to Holloman. And then once they get into the red zone, Emmitt Smith takes the handoff, and he easily checks into the end zone. At midfield later on in the game, Frank Reich throws it to Derek Russell, and Derek Russell could go all the way, and he does. 21-0. Now Steve Berline gets a chance as Stephone Page catches the ball inside Tigers territory, gets it close to the red zone, and Keith Woodside gets the ball down the left side. He gets the ball to the 1, and Steve Broussard vultures it off for the touchdown. Next drive, Keith Woodside bobs and weaves around defenders. He had the ball at midfield, and this would be a made Matt Bear field goal. 21-10, 11-point game. Frank Reich and the Tigers haven't scored in a while, and Tommy Vardell gets the ball on the check down in the flats, gets it closer to the red zone. Finally in the red zone, Pete Holoman catches the ball. He's wide open in the middle of the end zone, and Steve Berline needs the fire to get more points. He throws it deep to Vance Johnson, and he gets tackled at the 5-yard line, and Steve Berline throws it to another Steve Broussard to the right side, wide open. 28-17, onside kick. Tigers recover it, and the Tigers would win this game 35-17 after adding a touchdown, and they are 4-2. Fire still have no wins. The Sharks haven't won since week 1, and the Storm haven't won since week 2, so one of these teams is going to win a game for the first time in a long time. And the Storm would set this one up with Hayward Jeffries catching a deep Randall Cunningham pass, and then Randall Cunningham showing he is the leading rusher in the BTFL, getting it into the end zone for the touchdown. Don the Magic Man Mikowski, however, would throw an interception to Darren Carrington, but Cunningham would make a mistake throwing an interception to Kevin Ross, giving the ball right back. We're playing hot potato here, but here's what Don the Magic Man Mikowski is playing. He's playing, I'm giving it to Dave Meggett. Getting it into the end zone for the touchdown. It's a tied ball game. Mikowski gives it to Meggett, and he fumbles, making it a mistake in the end zone, and Randall Cunningham would capitalize here, throwing it over the middle to Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, as the Storm take a 7-point lead. This shovel pass to Meggett would not end in a turnover for the Sharks. However, it would end in a big game for the San Francisco Sharks. However, Seth Joyner would sack Mikowski, leading to a Gary Anderson made field goal. It's a 4-point ball game. Don the Magic Man Mikowski play action fakes, throws it deep. He throws James Jett out of his hat like he usually does, and that's a 3-point lead. Randall Cunningham, he's showing off his legs again, proving he is the best rusher in the BTFL as a quarterback, which is unheard of. This would lead to a Jim Breach missed field goal. Jim Breach has been pretty good this season, but, we all have our slip-ups. James Jett, again for another Sharks drive, catches a deep pass, and he makes it into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. Celebrate there, Don the Magic Man Mikowski, but Randall Cunningham, he's trying to rally his troops, running the ball up the middle, and now running the ball down the right side with the quarterback sweep. He's got the touchdown, down by 3. Dave Meggett, he catches the ball over the middle. Meggett, and then catches the shovel pass down the left side. He's bobbing and weaving around defenders, making it into the red zone. However, Mikowski would get sacked by Reggie White, and this would lead to a field goal by Gary Anderson. It's a 6-point ball game. Randall Cunningham, he runs it up the middle. He's showing the Storm that he is a real leader. He's showing Buddy Ryan why he was selected at this position, and then he would run down the right side on the quarterback sweep, and then would do it again, rolling out of the pocket. Hayward Jeffries with the touchdown. It's a 1-point ball game. The Storm have rallied back, but Mikowski, he's the magic man. He's throwing it over the middle to Dave Craig, running the streak route as he makes it close to the 30-yard line, but Mikowski is sacked again by Seth Joyner, which would lead to another made Gary Anderson field goal. 2-point ball game. Lorenzo White, however, would make a mistake while the Storm are trying to rally. He would fumble. Balls going around, recovered by Kevin Ross, who had a big interception in this game. And then Mikowski would drop back, surveys the field, throws it to Craig. He's got the touchdown. The Sharks eventually win, winning their first game in 5 weeks. Both teams are 2-4.